It is coming up to 10 minutes to 8 o'clock. Now, for about 5 million Australians, eBay has become their favourite way to shop, and most of them will tell you the same reason: convenience.
But now eBay is set to change the way you pay for goods, and many of those customers are a little unhappy about it. Alastair McGibbon from eBay joins us now. Good morning to you. Now, June 17 is the big day for the changeover. What's going to happen?
Well, what a buyer will see, and there are about 5 million people that come to eBay every month, will see that they can pay for nearly every item on the site with PayPal. If they don't have a PayPal account, they can use their Visa or MasterCard on the site, like they can in most other internet shopping sites. And some sellers allow you to pick up goods and pay for it any other way, cash or bank cheque, from either their factory or their warehouse.
So just to explain, anyone that doesn't know what PayPal is, that's a system owned by you guys, isn't it? It's your system.
PayPal's an online payment service that's owned by eBay. Essentially, it's like your online wallet or purse. You can have your Visa card or your MasterCard in there. You can use bank funding to pay for your purchases, and you can use a stored balance. The difference is, and the reason why it's a lot safer to use online, is that you never give your personal financial details to the person that you're actually buying the goods from. On eBay...
So we give our money essentially to you, and you hang on to it, and then you give it to the person that's buying.
Well,
buying.
Well, PayPal actually knows who the seller is and how to pay them, and it knows who the buyer is and how they want to pay the funds. And it acts as the middleman, and because of that, you never pass the details between them, and also, very importantly, has fraud models that are designed for the internet. It grew up on the internet. That's all it does, is payments on the internet, and because of that, it's a lot safer.
OK, so is that the reason why you change it? Because of safety, because of fraud?
Well, essentially, these changes are to make it safer for people to shop online and more confident. On the 17th of June, PayPal buyer protection will increase to $20,000 per transaction. That gives people confidence. You're 4 times less likely to have a problem on eBay if you pay for the item with PayPal than, for example, if you use internet banking. So that's the safety aspect. Those two combined, a safer, more confident buyer will come back to the internet more often, spend more money. That's great for the sellers, and it's also obviously really good for eBay.
So at the moment you can pay direct, can't you, and things like that, and that's what you're cutting out.
Yeah. Now, there are lots of reasons for that. I guess you don't have time for them. But very importantly, there are miscommunications between buyers and sellers. If you don't build payment into the actual, I guess, checkout process on the internet, there can be lots of miscommunications and mistakes.
But
and
is
also
that their
fraud
problem?
Models.
I mean, a lot of people are a little unhappy, I understand. There's been quite a few sort of customer forums, and some people are sort of saying, oh, we'd like to have the choice. We don't necessarily want to go the electronic path as far as paying. Should you leave them that choice?
Well, choice is great, but do you allow people to make choices that can actually hurt themselves? When they hurt themselves or have a bad experience on the internet, they leave. That's bad for them. It's bad for people that sell online, and clearly it's bad reputationally for eBay. So, you know, to make the system safer is a logical step for a company that makes all of its money online.
You can still use your credit card.
Absolutely. If you don't have a PayPal account, you can use a Visa or MasterCard. Just like you go into a shop, PayPal will process that transaction.
But why do you use PayPal? Why don't you use BPay, which is a completely independent body? Because a lot of people are saying, well, you set up your own equivalent to BPay. You're taking a clip all the way through now.
Sure.
Sort of on the transaction through PayPal, the whole lot. Where will it end?
Yeah, I understand those concerns, clearly. But it's because PayPal is owned by eBay and the data is freely shared between the two entities. eBay knows a lot about who buys and sells and about the goods that trade. PayPal knows about the financial interests of the buyer and the seller. And when you combine those two, you get a much more powerful anti-fraud model, and you also know about all the other things that can go wrong in that transaction.
So you're not going to charge us more because you own the whole system?
People pay a fee with PayPal, and there's no doubt that that will affect sellers. But those fees, let's put them in perspective, are between 1.1% and 2.4% plus 30 cents a transaction. And I guess you get what you pay for. No other system online offers the level of buy protection.
That's higher than a merchant fee for a
most of the people that sell on eBay wouldn't ever qualify for a merchant credit card facility because they're usually very small sellers. That allows me or you selling out of your garage to accept plastic from anywhere in the world and have dramatically reduced chance of something going wrong for you, and more importantly, a satisfied buyer, which is why people sell online.
Okay.
All right, and a lot of people do, as we were saying, 5 million. So all the best. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.